I used to cut hair in college. Like
I love that for you.
Yeah, I would cut my boys' hair. I only cut like 3 people, but you know, it was like, they'll let me fuck around and they won't get mad at me and I won't like fuck them up too much, whatever. And I used to make them pay me in iced teas. I'd be like, nah, hit me with like a bunch of AriZonas and we chilling.
How many teas was a fade hitting for?
I think it was like 2 or 3. I think it was like, hit me with like 2 or 3 iced teas.
So that's a bargain right there. I said, just a bear? Just one? I got you.
Yeah. But that's also because I knew I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't helping. You wouldn't get no pussy because of my cut. You was getting pussy because of your personality.
No. so your cuts help build character.
Yeah.
So like, listen, brother, work on your jokes.
Yeah, I ain't hurting you. Yeah. I'm holding you over till you meet a nicer man who can do this better. You know what I mean? Like. Damn, James, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Gentiles and little mamas alike. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally worked to prove that Alicia Keys did not lose her voice. Her voice was given away, traded, just like the Little Mermaid so that she could be with Swiss Beats. He is her Prince Eric. She was willing to sacrifice everything to be with that silly man who won't be honest about him being a bald person.
Listen, I'm not going to hold you. Decent deal.
Whoa.
Swiss
you think
Beats,
it's a good trade-off?
Swiss Beats is so rich. They have a good life. They're in that house roller skating all the time.
You would give up your voice to be with Swizzy.
I worry that if I had a voice like Alicia Keys, I'd have Bobby Browned it out. I'd have gone down. I'd have been jumping out of helicopters doing karate kicks with Ja Rule. Like, I don't think it would have been a great.
You think it was only meant to be mismanaged? There was never going to be a sweet ending to the Alicia Keys
I think the
journey.
Lord gave me the level of talent that I could work with and not an inch more.
Damn.
And
that's heavy.
Alicia Keys is more talented than I am.
Sure. Alicia Keys is more talented than most of us, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many on the planet that could compare to prime Alicia Keys.
Ooh, when it first came out?
Yeah, when them braids were thick.
Come on.
And that booty was too, but we didn't know it yet because she was wearing them zoot suits.
We didn't know her name.
Yeah, she was always sitting down on that piano bench.
Yeah.
But she looked tall sitting down.
Yeah, and it was a sturdy bench.
Yeah,
that shit was bolted on.
Yeah, they had to get that bench double lined.
That shit was tufted. And big buttons in there.
Oh, big old booty Alicia Keys. We miss you, girl. Come on back.
Yeah, come home. I don't care if the voice isn't hitting. I'll go see it live.
Yeah, no, I'll
for
see
sure. You know, what's the odd thing about Alicia Keys? You never seen her dance. Is that just me?
I was, okay.
Never.
I was just talking to my girl about this.
Not even a...
Are you allowed to not be able to dance as a male R&B singer?
Like,
today?
Well, let's talk about not dance. Like, you're saying choose not to dance, or literally you look bad when you're dancing?
You look bad when you're dancing.
Oh, no, I don't think you can be that.
Women can kind of get away with it, but I don't think.
Yeah, Mary J can't dance for shit, and we celebrate her.
I love that video with the lasers. I love that shit.
I think the closest we've ever come to that is Drake. I think he's a bad dancer.
He is a bad dancer.
And he is a R&B-ish type person, but it took generations of like, and it also took him being affiliated with fucking Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Like there's a saving grace inside of that. But nah, the average R&B nigga can't not dance.
No, you have to.
It's also a reflection of the times. Like you need to have something that you could do that could be like mimicked on TikTok. Because like Luther Vandross was not dancing.
No.
Okay, that is the one probably.
That's true.
He was big, but he was not Heavy D. He was not moving like that.
He was I mean, Heavy D, we don't give him that. We don't give up that credit as far as like that nigga light on his feet like a dancer.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Heavy D should be mentioned amongst the greats in a way that we don't.
Okay, Langston, let's go.
I really think he's like, he should be like a top 10 conversation, and we pretend like he's not that guy.
My man came out in the lime green leather sweatsuit.
Yeah.
Whoa!
If you look through a catalog of Heavy D outfits, it's up there with like Dapper Dan. Like it is custom, it's colorful, it's fire. And he was dancing not with other big people. He was dancing with the boys. Skinny trained dancers. and he was with them young boys step for step.
There wasn't there wasn't that Lizzo trickery happening here. This was skinny little men that he could keep just every step with.
Bro, because if I was Heavy D, I'd have had the big boys out.
The
whole shit would have been flopping all over.
I'd have made them take their shirts off too, just to show how big they are. Y'all, look how much bigger they are than me. See?
He said, I'm petite. Look at it. Look at that.
You see them? Look at them big old titties flopping. You gonna tell me I'm big? I'm just heavy. I'm just heavy.
I am heavy delightful. I am not.
Yeah.
I'm not with them. Heavy was different. Heavyweight lover.
He had it.
The D stands for down 40 pounds on these big niggas, bro.
The D stands for damn, y'all big as hell. Our guest today, and frankly, we've heard so much of him before we've introduced ourselves or even him. I'm Langston Kerman.
I'm David Boyd.
And our guest today is a dear friend, a phenomenal comedian, a talent of all kinds. I would say no person I know is more committed to being an active member of their community than this man. I think it's fair to say he is constantly in the community doing shit that I truly did not know he would find a way to do. The other day, he posted a video of him at some sort of Mexican event wearing a cowboy hat, dancing exclusively with older Mexican people, and was very much a part of what was happening there. And I'll never understand how he pulls this off, but it is my favorite thing about him. He's a great comedian and a dear friend. Give it up for Kofi Thomas, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody at home listening. Who said that? Wow. Yes, I am here. I made it back, returning to this amazing pod. Y'all are two of my favorite people.
Yeah.
That's no bullshit. Y'all are dope. Just got the opportunity to meet David, and we already hit it off.
Good night.
Yeah, that was a hell of a night.
I love that.
It was a complicated evening. A lot of strange, sexy talk going on.
And you know what I like is when you we bonded quickly about what is sexy, and you know we would not. I remember because it was first of all, I know a lot of Mexicans, but also that night. So let me take y'all back. It was after this phenomenal live show. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see it, but phenomenal live show. Right, with Langston and Dave. They's on tour. So after the show, we all go out to some restaurant, and you know, it's
down the street from the venue. We're hanging out.
We hang.
Good bunch. Good group.
And it gets onto the topic. There's a lot of comedians in there. It gets onto the topic of like who is or who is not sexy. What is sexy for a man? We have our beliefs as men about what makes a man sexy and the difference between like sexy and fine. And Sydney Washington,
for sure,
is going
gay ass Sydney Washington.
Gay as hell. You don't even like it.
Ain't seen a dick in a decade. Ass Sydney Washington.
Right, that's the appropriate.
Is in there going off, trying to tell us what man is sexy.
sexy. And she named a couple people, and she keep talking about Langston and Zach being sexy. Meanwhile, me and David are sitting here like,
come on.
Okay, hold up.
Okay,
who's gonna swing first? I'm about to swing on it.
I'm saying,
you know, I'm trying to be peaceful.
I'm saying,
my man, and I look, and my man David is just sitting there solid and just starts dropping just fucking bombs of facts about who is sexy, the criteria for sexy, the swag for sexy, how you carry yourself. And I was like, man, we over here just dark and holding it down. And so since that moment, I used it. I used it as a term. We were building. Yeah. We will. So it's been love since that moment. And you know, and my man Langston, I know forever. So that's the homie right there. And
dog.
And yeah, we back in the building. And
we're so happy you're here. You came with a conspiracy theory that I would say is essential for us to cover on this podcast. This has not been covered before. It is essential that we cover this because frankly, it's insane that it hasn't come up at this point. But you said, my mama told me.
AriZona iced teas were created to hold back the Black community.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
Tell me everything you know.
When y'all get that flex, drop a bomb on them, all the sound effects at home, put them all the way up. Boom, boom. I'll take y'all back a step further to walk you into, because this right now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this might be the last podcast. All right. This shit is good. All right. I started off joking. Just saying, it's been a nice run.
Big AriZona, big canned beverage is
Big Zona, I believe they go by.
Big Zona is about to come and be all up in our shit, either litigiously or maybe even more sinister than that.
Bro, I want y'all to remember this moment when we were all here laughing and having a good time.
Sure.
might not be a lot more of this. All right. So here's how it started, right? I got my own triggers for conspiracies of when I see something in our neighborhood that I don't see in a white neighborhood. That's when my flags start going up. Why we got it? We don't get nothing special. So here's where it hit me, right? And it took me back. This transported me, right? So for me, when I was in high school, I went to a mostly white high school in Massachusetts. Okay, but before that, I was in all black schools. So when I went to high school, I had my lunchbox, which was just like a brown bag, and I had that 25-cent juice in it, right?
Boxes of reach.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a box. It was a brown bag.
Lunch receptacle.
Listen, it was my to-go sack, right?
Semantics aren't the point. They are.
But to give you a difference, so now I'm around rich white kids, okay? And that's the first time I seen people at lunch that didn't bring juice. Like they had water. They had water bottles. Like the ones they'd fill up and then walk around with it. And I hadn't seen anybody just drink water like that before.
Right.
So now I'm seeing in their stores, because they had a store called Little Peach. That was like a corner store. There was no AriZonas in there at all. So now I'm like,
oh shit.
Okay, why don't they have AriZonas over here, but we got them over here? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, these are delicious. It's a great bargain, and it's all the shit that black folk talk about. Oh, it's a great price. It's delicious. It makes us happy. You get this stuff.
Most liquid you can get for 99 cents.
Come on,
liquid you can get for 99 cents.
Yeah, bro, you can't get water. 23 ounces of water, you're not getting that for 99 cents anywhere.
Oh, it's just 115 at least.
Not.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's heavy. So you clock this in high school, right. You start to notice the differences. Does that immediately translate to you being like, so they are poisoning us? How do you make that leap of then saying that this is bad for black people?
Got you. So at that time, I thought, me being a young black mind, all right, I was like, oh, these white folks are missing out. You know what I'm saying? That shit was like,
you were so pro-black. You were like, look. Clearly, we have resources in our community that white people are fearful of. They can't handle the positivity.
You see, they don't appreciate flavor. That's why they ain't got it. So I started putting it on that. They don't know what I mean. They eating plain sandwiches. I'm over here with a watermelon juice. Yeah, so from there, when I got older, I started to know more about how we get slowly poisoned through a lack of access to healthy food. Yeah. Shout out to my black farmers. When I learned about that, then I was like, oh, let me look at this AriZona can because, again, like I'm in New York, so it is a point of pride out here. Like, yeah, we got the can, and it's even a point of conversation. Like, yo, what flavor you before? Like that. Like, what kind
mango
of drink?
Right. Or Mucho Mango?
Or Mango.
Is it Mucho Mango? I'm a mango.
That used to be like a nice icebreaker when I was a kid. Being like, what's your favorite AriZona? Yeah. And now all of a sudden we don't feel as far from each other as we felt before, you know?
Yeah. It's like who you like your Destiny's Child. Yeah.
Kelly, right? Yeah, we all like Kelly a little more than Beyonce.
Oh yeah.
Hey, come on now. Hey, don't go back to Latoya. So anyway, I don't want to get in trouble. But
the good old days.
She was fine as hell.
She was fine
as a bitch.
But that's when I was like, what's going on here? That's when I was like, what's going on here? So I'm talking, brothers, like, the reason I say, like, I really love what y'all doing, but I am worried about this podcast is because when I started digging a little bit deeper, this feels like our Watergate. Like, this goes deep.
You're deep throat.
Bro, huh? Shout out.
Pause.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not going to say no because I get what you're saying, but I'm not going to say yeah to that either. You're not just going to openly get me to be like, yeah, I'm deep throat. Call me deep throat.
You're informing. No, I got it. I was wilding for saying it to be.
That's one way to say it. Yeah, okay.
It felt crazy as I was saying it.
Appreciate all of y'all. That was a lot. I'm all right. So I'm gonna hit y'all with some facts real quick. All right. I did a little research. All right. So
I love this.
This is new.
1971. All right. Okay. John Ferrolito and Don Voltaggio. Remember that name?
Yeah, okay. Don
Voltaggio. 6'8", a 6'8" Italian man from Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Whoa, motherfucker. They don't even get like that over there.
They don't.
That's our size on a foreign body.
Yeah, come on now. Like an imported Benz. So now
that thing got a Hemi in it.
He looked like the Monstars.
He ain't got to touch the ball. He just big.
Right. So John Ferrolito and Sean Bradley. So they got this company, right? Because Don, he's doing like distribution. John Ferlito is doing like beer. So at first they were like, all right, they started this like malt. They started selling malt liquor, which we know is liquid anti-ambition to black people, right? Yeah, they started selling that, making tons of money. Get this, right? When they were selling malt liquor, they used to put out these like posters all over the hood. One of the posters had this like a Native American man on it from the Sioux tribe. This can was so offensive that the Native Americans sued and won in Congress to get that removed.
Damn, what was they doing?
That's the history.
In the 80s? That's crazy.
That's the history of this company, right?
So we gotta get our hands on that can.
That's probably the best tasting malt liquor that money can buy.
No, I just want to see it. I don't want to get hooked. One sip and you're done.
That's like original Four Loko quality. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna get you fucked up.
Yeah.
It's that old recipe. It's like 23 spices.
Yeah. Wait, so Kofi, I love that you've done this research.
Come at me.
This is phenomenal research. We need to take a break, but when we come back, I want you to break down even more of your research because all of this is, frankly, some of it is more in depth than even I was able to get. So I'm excited to hear what you have. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Kofi Thomas and more My Mama Told Me.
We are back discussing the implications that Big Zona has on the community at large. Let's continue on, fellas.
Yeah. Kofi, you were in the middle of breaking down some pretty heavy research, including us discovering that boy, you said it's called Crazy Horse, is the name of the now banned malt liquor that this company started.
Correct. So we already are establishing there's a history of this company.
They've been going nuts
in a way to be like, yo, this is what these people are gonna like. It's got the marketing team has a real these people focus group behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so funny having this being explained by a nigga with crooked glasses on. I cannot emphasize enough how hard it is to know whether you are in fact spitting a real truth or this is a complete bamboozlement. But I'm excited either way.
Trust me. I wish it wasn't. But this is 23 ounces of facts coming out. Big can of facts.
Tell us more.
Right. And then let's follow this trajectory of how kind of like, I'm not going to say mafia, but this is how gangsters move.
Okay. Right. I hear you.
So coming into the 90s, all right, we got Snapple, also out of New York. You know what I'm saying? They making moves. Snapple got what? Iced tea.
That's right.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying that these two Don Voltaggio is gangster, but if you was a gangster and you seen somebody else making some money over here, you might say, oh, I can do that same product, switch up the packaging. And so in the 90s, AriZona comes out with what they're known for, iced tea.
That's right.
That's and they says it. So then there's lawsuits, of course, because they done took Snapples out there, but then get this, it gets more gangster. Within the company, there's a 10-year battle between Don Voltaggio and John Ferralito over who can get control of the family, which is the same way it is in The Sopranos. I'm not saying it's mafia, but his name is Don. He's fighting for control. He's 6'8".
Yeah.
And he owns distribution.
Also, the idea that they took Snapple,
come on,
stretched the game out, X the name out,
now
put soda on top.
Come on, gangster.
Come on.
Come on now.
This is crazy. This is going crazy.
It's worth noting that all of Kofi's research, I did read similar information. It's worth noting that part of the reason that they say they differentiate, or how they differentiated from Snapple, was number one, the can, but number two, they added quote unquote like 50% more tea into the product.
They stretched the game out?
They stretched it. They literally stretched it out. They basically cut the juice with more tea and then made it less expensive.
I believe
to be
the term
able to push
is
out the
stepped
Snapple
on.
market. Yeah, stepped on that.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Crazy. It was worth a glasses change.
Come
you
on.
needed a wardrobe change.
Come on.
It doesn't happen often on this show, but I'm glad it's happening today.
We added a little bit of, come on, that's not us, baby.
Man.
Snapple, that's not us.
So you read all of this, that obviously they're making this product based off of Snapple. They are having this infighting. What are your thoughts, I guess, on the infighting? Are you under the belief that maybe John had a moral sort of conundrum that made him want to split with this dude, or is this just a money grab off of a product already moving?
This nigga talking about moral conundrums.
Come on.
This is gangsters.
Okay.
This is gangsters. The empire is growing.
Sure.
And only one of us is 6'8". All right? So who you think is in charge?
I got you. This isn't about John and some like grasping for like responsibility out in the world. This is Don basically being like, hey, I noticed you ain't as tall as me and I want all the money. So you gonna leave.
Come on now. Because you know John probably had the ideas. Let's drop a green tea. Let's drop an energy.
Yeah.
Don sitting back like, oh, he getting kind of confident. He think he's 6'1". Nah, I'm gonna push him out the company. And bro, I know y'all did your research, right?
Yeah.
Langston did our research. Yeah.
I know you, but here's my thing, right? You a company that is profiting, I want to say primarily off of the Black community.
I to that point, and Bori, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. I personally do not know any white people who grew up drinking AriZonas. That's not a thing for the white folks that I've ever come in contact with.
It was just, I don't know about, I can't speak to that, but I can say that it was just so much more accessible than Snapple ever was. Snapple was in glass. What am I, a fucking senator?
Yeah.
My single mom is going to buy me a glass bottle drink? No.
Yeah. It had too many like fancy commercials.
That's...
It's the third pair that got me. I was making it through with the originals, but it's the third one that really broke me.
Yo, is it ready for this? For the listeners who aren't participating via the visual, which you should watch YouTube, just know there's been 3 pairs of glasses on Kofi, one man.
Kofi continually is changing glasses throughout the podcast, and it keeps getting funnier every time it happens.
Oh man, that's a good bit.
I'm going through a lot of emotions over here.
Yeah.
And just from what y'all saying too, it's like you think about, to David's point, about what we have access to. Like none of that shit is a coincidence. You feel me?
Right.
Like they decide what products go where. There's a reason that there's a lot more Echo Unlimited in my neighborhood than in the suburbs. Like we get what they decide that we get to shop from. And they know what is going to be attractive. Now, the other part I'll speak to is that they also create like a pipeline, like a consumer pipeline. So in the same way where, like, if you will start, let's say, like, vaping early, then later on, you might start smoking cigarettes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Because it got you on them candy flavors. So now, if I'm a youngin' and I keep grabbing this 23-ounce, you know what I'm saying, can of juice, as I get older, I'm going to reach for that same size can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn,
Yeah,
I do love tall cans.
Come on.
They're creating a relationship with that physical body.
That's it.
In a way that I grow up. I don't drink juice anymore, but sure, I enjoy a liquor or a beer in this exact same body. Yeah. Big
on a hot day, it's like you get, oh man, damn.
Right. And in the bodega, it's literally like it's side by side. It's the same. It's that same one long fridge.
Yep.
Yeah. And they push them Arizonas as close to the alcohol as they possibly can.
For real.
They're right next to each other.
Damn.
This is heavy shit.
This is
and you know who keep making money off of that?
Big boy.
6'8".
6'8", Don.
6'8",
yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit because Don Voltaggio and John Farolito, as you already suggested, get into this legal battle starting, I think, in 2007 is when they start fighting over who has rights to the company. John wants to be able to like sell it internationally. Like he wants to sell his shares to basically make it like an international market thing. And Don instead just wants to buy him out. It takes all the way until 2015 for them to ultimately resolve this. And it's in part because Don was trying to undersell the price of the company. He basically suggests like, yeah, we're only worth like 430 million or something like that. And John's like, nah, that shit's worth $6 billion. And he's lying. And so they go through like this major infighting of how much the company is worth. And ultimately in 2015, they settle for $1 billion.
What?
He basically gets $1 billion out of his share, half of the company.
Man, it's crazy. Everybody's talking about Jay-Z making $1 billion off of liquor. $1 billion off of juices?
Off of juice, baby.
Regional juices?
Yeah.
99 cents.
99 cents.
Here's the other.
What's in there? What is in there?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that question because even as you're saying juice, that is not really an accurate representation of what it is. It's in fact 5% to 10% juice. Depending on which product you're choosing, they never really exceed 10% juice. And then the rest of it, I guess, is like air conditioning, cooler or some shit. It's just other stuff sort of mixed in. And in fact, I looked this up on their website. All of the drinks, the sugar percentage for all of their drinks range somewhere between 58% to 108% of your daily recommended dosage of sugar for a single can. One can, and you can drink 108% of the sugar you're supposed to have for a day.
And that's what if you drank it on the way to school?
That's just one can.
You got a whole rest of your day.
And they're 99 cents. So, yeah, I'm going to get another can.
Is the one, okay, can I ask this? Is the one that's 108, that's the soda ones they have, right? Have you ever had the soda ones, like the cherry?
I'm not. I wish it was, and no, I haven't had their sodas. I've healed. I've tried to be better about my relationship with these things.
Oh, really? When I had first. This is my Arizona struggle. When I first moved to LA, I was down bad. I didn't live nowhere. I would go do comedy for like 4 hours a night, and then I would go to 7-Eleven. I get one of the 555 pizzas, and one of those cherry lime Arizonas.
Fuck.
The soda.
Yeah, them lime Rickies you talking about, the cherry lime Rickies.
And now do I know if I can have kids?
Hey, there's only one way to find out, my guy.
For real, man. I've been trying. Been practicing.
108 is not in fact the sodas. 108 was from like the strawberry kiwi flavor, I think, that I saw. And it's just pure fucking sugar all the way to the bottom.
Those ones are good,
bro. It's a mix of it's sugar, mouthwash. You know what I'm saying? and we out here talking about what kind of liquid diabetes you like. You know what I'm saying? It's because we keep pushing up, keep like idolizing like this really shitty things that we get. I'm not going to say it goes back to chitlins. That's another podcast. But the leftovers that we then, kind of put our kind of sauce, our like swag onto and make it like dope to have one.
Right.
Let me give y'all a couple important numbers.
Damn.
there have been, for all of the basketball tournaments.
Take time to say the reason that this is such a problem is because it is delicious.
Yeah, they're unbelievably yummy, and it's part of the reason I don't get them anymore is because I truly do think I would restore a deep, deep addiction to them, not because I think I'm better than it, if that makes sense.
No, I understand. You have to stay away because you love it.
No, it just does seem like the deep roots of this relationship that we're all speaking to sort of create this damaging effect on the Black community, especially, right? Like we created this relationship. And that's an interesting fact inside of all of this, because specifically once Don takes over the company, people start pushing back about the pricing, right? Or rather, like, people, they're not pushing back, but they're sort of acknowledging that, like, it's weird that he is able to still keep the price point at 99 cents, given the inflation that's happened in every other product across every other industry in the world, frankly.
You think he got a sugar deal?
So that's sort of what he points to, is not so much the deal, but he says that part of the way that we're able to keep the price so low is we don't do any marketing. So, and when every other company is having to like shell out money to be able to get fucking Beyonce or Drake to drink Sprite or whatever the fuck to keep you addicted, wanting more of this, he just says word of mouth is enough effectively to keep people wanting more AriZonas. And that to me feels like crack.
Because it's fucked up because it is enough.
That's all. I've never read an AriZona ad. I ain't seen no AriZona commercials, but everybody I've ever loved has poisoned themselves with AriZonas, and that seems crazy.
God damn. Bro, we on here talking about crack.
Hey, yo.
Hey, come on, bro. That shit just hit me. Yeah. We on here talking about crack in the community. This, I know what else I don't like?
Crack has had bigger endorsement dollars than AriZona.
Yeah, Jay-Z talk about crack.
Famous people talk about crack. Fuck.
Yeah, it's wild.
Damn.
When the dots started to connect in my head, because with crack, you like, well, who's responsible, right? Mm-hmm. The CIA, right? One of them. CIA, 3 letters. Who is responsible for drinks that come into the hood? The FDA.
Oh,
3 letters. Come on, food and what's the D stand for? Not heavy D.
Drug.
Food and drug.
Food and drug. Not food and drop 40 pounds.
Oh no, this goes all the way to the top.
That's crazy.
All the way, bro.
I never thought about that. Why are they doing foods and drugs?
They aren't similar products.
No, one of those should not be connected to the other one. And there should be a food and there just when you thought he was finished.
It don't make no sense.
I was like, for sure he doesn't have any more glasses. What a good
possibly. Where would he keep this wall of sunglasses and readers?
Don't make no sense.
Man, this is I feel like it's not often that we have a conspiracy that just shows up good to go on our doorstep like that, but this is, I don't know what's to argue.
Yeah, the other worthy note inside of this that I think we shouldn't ignore is that John Farolito, who is the guy who basically makes $1 billion selling his half of the company, John goes on to end up in a different lawsuit when he supposedly during a mulligan on a golf course hit another person in the head with a golf ball, leaving them unconscious. Right. And he gets into this lawsuit and
is it a mulligan if you hit somebody with a golf ball?
Well, his claim is that it was a mulligan and then it accidentally hits this other person. Right. or like maybe he was going after a mulligan and was trying to fix it and then hit a person, whatever. But part of what they claim is like, yeah, accidents like this can occur on golf courses. You sign waivers that make it sort of like possible, whatever, that this could happen, and you acknowledge that. But their point in the lawsuit is that he hit the person at point blank range, that it was not, in fact, nearly as much of a mulligan as they're trying to pretend it was, but in fact, just a straight shot at a person's head that knocked them unconscious. And Kofi, this does not feel like the mob that you're speaking about.
I mean, come on. Look, I don't play golf. Ain't no way you going to hit somebody from close range with a golf ball so hard it knocks them unconscious. It's an accident. Let me ask you, was this man laying down in front of the tee? There's so much that's not being shared about this story that they clearly trying to cover up. And he's got the money for it. And quite frankly, I'm worried for that witness. Like, people go missing.
Yeah, I mean, also, because a mulligan you take after you hit the shot, right? Like, you shank the shot, and then you're like, oh, it's a mulligan. So that means he killed that man, and then he was like, oh, it's a mulligan.
Yeah. No, he fucked the dude up real bad. He made him hold the golf ball in his mouth while he's swaying through, and then he's like, mulligan. I'm going to do that again.
And I'm taking my shot back.
Yeah,
it's the whoa. What's wrong with this guy over here tripping on the golf course?
hey, boy.
Hey. So it's a lot of, other thing I'm glad that you brought up is that there's such a big Don Corleone energy around both of these dudes. Because right now, because there was an interview with Don Voltaggio from Monsters in Forbes, and this dude. Oh, back to here's a couple important numbers to give y'all some perspective. For all the money that they've made off of the community, there has not been not one like roller rink dance, not one basketball tournament.
Yeah,
not one.
We can't get a 3-on-3 AriZona.
We can't.
3-on-3 tournament.
We can't get jerseys.
Yeah,
come on.
Come on.
You know, with green tea on the back, we can't get those. We can't. So there's been zero things.
The Phoenix Suns having the AriZona label on them feels like an easy 1-to-1. Yeah. Like that just seems like clear, good business and nothing. They don't even kind of do that shit.
No, because that's the problem, right? They don't want to have to be accountable. That's why they didn't want to go international. Then you gotta be. Then it's on paper.
And that's some mob shit, right? Because then it becomes like, no, I'm not. And part of that's what they say in terms of keeping the price point at 99 cents is that Don's argument is that he would like to keep the company at the roots that sort of made it popular in the first place. He's like, I don't want to grow this thing because then we will lose customers. And people have acknowledged that, like, your company is losing money in this non-inflation world, right? Like, you inflate because that's how you keep up with the fucking market. But he's like, nah, keep it at 99 cents because then we'll lose any of our customers who already buy it.
Right, to keep it at 99 cents, and a lot of that you talk about how do they do it? There's a lot of that same secrecy of the mafia of like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Whoa, with all the questions. Whoa.
Yeah.
Forbes magazine came to his office, which is massive. He has like his own woodworkers inside there. They came into his office and they were like, hey, what is your marketing budget? Like, how big is it? You know what his answer was? Real shit.
Forget about it.
His answer was, he goes, how big is my budget? It's 6'8".
Yes! Yo!
Come on. Man! Come on. That's done shit.
Damn! That is cool.
That's head of the family.
Damn.
I didn't want to think it was cool, but that is cool.
That was cool. I wouldn't have thought of that fast. Cool. That was good.
Damn.
God damn, good for him.
He is gangster. He's straight gangster.
Wow. The final piece that I'll share with you guys as far as the research is that the name AriZona actually...
Yo, everybody, you have to watch this on YouTube because, my man, you thought the work was in the research.
Kofi's five glasses deep, and I don't think this train is stopping anytime soon. But the last piece that I'll share with you is that they named the company AriZona, but it was originally meant to be named Santa Fe after his, I guess, desert-style home that he had in New York. He had like some random desert-style home living in New York, and he wanted to name it Santa Fe, but opted to not name it Santa Fe because it didn't look good on the can, and decided on AriZona, even though he had never been to Arizona. In fact, had never even crossed the Mississippi, like crossed west of the Mississippi
I was going to
River.
say, he's never been to New Jersey.
No, he's never fucking left New York the entire time.
And also, by the way, AriZona, what they got in trouble for at first, it's vaguely Native American. I've always felt that way.
Yeah, I think there clearly is an obsession with sort of marginalized people in their product building, right? And so he's like, all right, I got in trouble last time for naming this shit after a bunch of Native Americans. I'll do something a little more subtle in being like, nodding to that culture and that look, that aesthetic, without getting the associations that I had last time.
Damn.
Thus making it a minority product, thus attracting minorities, thus making us all sick and die.
Damn. Damn. Yeah, sweet kiwi strawberry flavored death.
Yeah. And what a fucking yummy death it is.
It's
you
so
know?
good.
I think on my deathbed, I want somebody to just run across the street to a gas station and bring back an AriZona.
If I know it's a wrap?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If it's over, come on. Like put it in the IV drip. Like let it come into my veins slowly.
Yo, bear me with the Mucho Mango in the casket.
Come on
now.
He died like he lived, Mucho.
Yeah. Right?
No.
It sounds like, if I were to go so far as to say, it sounds like we're all in agreement on this one. It doesn't feel like anybody even remotely is arguing that they are not intentionally trying to profit off of the Black community and possibly destroy the Black community in the process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all.
Yeah. I think we discovered the crack conspiracy of this era, and I don't know who's going to come for us. But when y'all come, if y'all could bring, I like the watermelon flavor. But if you're going to come for me, bring me that 23 ounces of sweet.
If you want to assassinate Kofi, he would love for you to do it watermelon flavor style and not no gunshot to the head. Just lay some poison in his watermelon iced tea and let him go out peacefully.
No, I want you to put the green tea, the big can, into a t-shirt gun and fire that at me. Let that be my sweet death.
Yeah, just blow his brains out with sweet tea.
Oh man.
This has been heavy. I'll say that. We've taken on a heavy toll today in this unpacking.
Yeah, sometimes it's not always fun and games over here, you know?
Yeah, sometimes we get a little serious, and we hope that you take this seriously at home and recognize the damage being done to your community.
For sure.
Kofi, do you want to tell the people where they can find you and what cool shit you have going on?
Yeah, let me get serious. So Yo, y'all can find me on Instagram. I'm at Kofi Comic. If you garden, I'm at BK Green Gardener. I throw a dope show every Sunday in Manhattan called Secret Sauce Comedy. I'm on YouTube. Look at my name. You know, all them things. You know, also, if you are the strike is over now, I got tons of ideas. Jaleel White, holla at me. Yeah. Any of the girls that was on Girlfriends, holla at me.
For real. Even a hippie one.
Oh, bro. When the show was on, that's another thing I didn't want to get into right now because this is like a 3-hour conversation, but I loved when it used to be groups of women, and then so you would bond over which one you liked. It was like that with the Braxtons, like that with TLC, like that with Living Single. Who y'all think was the finest out for Living Single real quick?
Oh, man. See? I saw that you had pitched this as a topic.
See that breath?
And it's so difficult.
I think a younger me thought it was Regine.
That's the easy choice for sure.
That's the easy choice. And I think an older me thinks it was Max. I think Max was the baddest of the four of them, and we didn't give her flowers.
If I'm going to stand on business,
if
I'm going to stand on the principles that I have set forth and try to live up to within my life, I am a Maxine guy.
You're a Maxine guy.
She was an attorney.
I'm like, okay, she was bad. She was a lawyer. She
loved fucking.
Yeah.
Eating everything in sight. Hilarious.
But fine. I seen Sinclair.
Recently?
Like when she wasn't being like silly.
Yeah.
Fine. On. And Kim? Fine.
Kim Coles.
Again, that could be a 3-hour conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole other one.
No, and I think there's a fair argument for everybody.
All right, Dawn is trying to shut us down. See, that's the mafia. That's the mafia.
I truly do think there's you could make an argument for any one of these women, and I would not. This doesn't feel like this would turn into a rageful argument. It truly does feel like a real discourse that we could reach. You know?
It's definitely from a place of love, and also how, kind of like the linguistics of how we define what is fine, what is bad, what is sexy. That's for another day.
We'll have you back.
Follow Kofi. Go check out all of his shit. He's amazing. And Bori, where can they find you?
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. Check the Instagram out. That's my only social. I'll have dates and tours coming up soon.
Hell yeah. And if you want to follow me, you can do it all at Langston Kerman. We have merch. We would love for you to buy some of the merch. It's at merchcentral.mymamatoldme.com, I believe.
I think it's mymamatoldme.merchcentral, right?
Okay. It's one of those, and you'll figure it out. Just look up My Mama Told Me merch. You'll find your way there. And as always, if you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to make a counter argument for the nutritional value of AriZona iced teas, you can send it all to mymamapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe, do all the things that you're supposed to do on all the platforms that you're supposed to do them on. That should cover that. Bye, bitch.